Hey everyone, my name's Andrew Savoia. I'm a cellist and a content creator. Today I'm going to be walking you through some cello anatomy, and I'm also going to be showing you some things that I like to do to bring out my own personal style in my music. So let's get right into it. So first of all, I'm in a home studio right now, so a lot of my music is it's a lot of pop songs and stuff, so it really doesn't even need to be that complicated when it comes to your setup. So this is just a simple home studio. So right off, you'll see I've got a bunch of stuff stored up here. This is a rock stop. This is crucial when I'm going out and filming a video or playing on a stage or something and it's a slick surface. I like to have this rock stop. I also have this to brush off my cello. It's actually a picture of me when I was 9 years old, like growing up playing the cello with a group of all these other cellists. So that's a cool memory, but it's now just a way for me to wipe down my cello. Also, this always happens. My rosin falls out and it breaks, but I always keep like extra rosin in my case. This is to make sure that you get a good grip on the bow. When that bow is going across the string, it's making sure that that string is vibrating. So you need to have like some good rosin, some good cello rosin. I think that's really important for your cellist. Here's some other things. I call this the green snake. And the reason why I call it a green snake is it looks like a green snake, but also it's a humidifier. So I soak this in a little bit of water when the air is really dry outside, typically in like the winter months. I sink a little bit of water, use a paper towel to squeegee it out, and I stick it in my cello and it helps humidify the instrument so it's like less prone to cracking and things like that. So now I'm going to be talking a little bit about some cello anatomy. Here is what's called the front of the cello. On the front of the cello, you have several features. So we've got the F holes. So the F holes, they're shaped like an F. This is where a lot of the sound of the cello comes out. We have these larger panels that provide a lot of this warm sound that comes from the cello. This is typically a softer wood that's on the front of the cello. We have the bridge right here. This is where the strings rest on. The tailpiece, which kind of connects to the end pin here. And the end pin can be in different lengths depending on how far up on your body you want the cello. Really, this is more of a personal preference thing. On the front of the cello also, we can see that we have a fingerboard here. When you place your finger down on a note, you're shortening the distance of that string in terms of how far away from the bridge it is. That's changing the pitch of the note because it's vibrating at a different frequency. So, that's the whole purpose of the fingerboard there. And up top, you can see that we have the scroll. Inside the scroll are the pegs, which are connected to the strings. And here, this is what's called the neck of the cello. This is, where I place my left hand, and that's where, I'm picking different notes and I'm playing different notes. A lot of that happens on the neck of the cello. This is the back of the cello. It's always a very beautiful wood, and also on the sides, these are what's called the ribs. The ribs will sit kind of in between your legs, and your legs will kind of get used to, as you play the cello, the fact that, sometimes they're poking out at you, and you kind of just have to get used to that. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about bow anatomy. The bow is what I use in my right hand to play the notes on the cello. Out here we have the tip of the bow, we have the stick of the bow, the frog, which is attached to the hair of the bow. On the hair of the bow is what I put the rosin on. So that allows me to really have good contact with the strings so I can vibrate the strings when I'm bowing across the cello. And then over here, this little end piece here on the bow is what allows me to tighten the hairs and loosen the hairs of the bow. So typically I store my bow with loosened hairs and I tighten it up when it's time to play. So I can get a different note on my cello. I can get a different tone from the instrument just by playing closer to or farther away from the bridge. So I like to play, a lot of pop songs with my instrument. So if I'm playing a pop song that has maybe like a male vocal lead or a lower melody, like sometimes I like to play a little bit farther away from the bridge to get that warmer tone. But if I'm playing something that's, higher pitched or needs to be like very bright and very clear, I'll play closer to the bridge so I can get that bright tone. You can kind of hear the difference if I play farther away let's say a note on the G string, right? So I'll play this. I'll just play an open G string here. That's farther away from the bridge, and here's a note that's closer to the bridge on the same string. So that's a lot brighter than this lower tone. So I like to use that when I'm playing pop songs, when I'm playing different shows and things like that, just to really try to mimic something or create my own sound. So one of the things I really love about this instrument is the different kinds of sounds that I can create with it. So I can create long flowing notes, you know, like if I'm doing a slower vibrato in the left hand, you know, I can really draw out some nice notes like, right? Or I can play short, choppy notes that are closer to the bridge that sound a little bit more chunky and more articulated, like. So that's a shorter bow stroke, and you know, it's allowing you to have more space in between those notes. So an example of me playing a little bit of pizzicato in a song that I've done is when I was doing a cover of Come Get Her by Ray Shremmerd. I did, the song kind of stops, and then out of nowhere comes these little pizzicatos. They go like this. And then the final pitch is a Bartok pitch, which is where you slap the string when you pull the string. And so it adds that extra element of just like energy I think the song really needs right there. Right there. And then, you know, like you can start with some bowed notes as well. Right, and really bring that out. So I use a combination of these techniques when I'm playing pop music to create something that's engaging, that's exciting, and you know, just play songs that I really love. So thanks for watching. You know, I hope that you guys found this helpful, and I hope that it allowed you to engage with an instrument that you might not have seen before or heard before. But this is a lot of fun for me to try to use this instrument and play pop covers on it. So we'll be posting more on this channel. But thanks so much for watching.